beautiful creative. Namaste and welcome. Today I wanted to share a few super easy breezy yoga poses that help me a lot as a writer. I often take breaks and try to get a little stretching in even while I'm still sitting at my desk. So I wanted to share a few yoga stretches with you that might help you through those long writing days of feeling super stiff from sitting at your desk all day, hunched over a laptop. These are stretches that are going to just really help you feel super good after a long writing day or during if you want to take a little break and get a bit of stretching in. It's so important for our bodies and our posture and our well-being, both physically and emotionally, to look after ourselves. So these are some poses that have helped me. You can do this in your desk chair, some of these, and then for others you might want to get onto the floor. If you have a yoga mat, that works too, but it's definitely not necessary. So coming into a nice seated position, whether you're in your desk chair or sitting cross-legged on the floor, and we're going to just take a nice easy side stretch by reaching our arms up over our heads, just elongating the spine, taking a nice deep inhalation in. And this pose alone is so powerful when you've been hunched over a laptop for a long period of time, just letting your spine lengthen. So often we are hunched over and our spine is not lengthening. So when we reverse that and stretch our arms over our head and let our spine lengthen once more, it feels absolutely incredible. And already you might be feeling a stretch. Then allowing one hand to drift down to the mat, to the floor, or even just to your leg if you're sitting in a chair, and reaching over with the other arm, being careful not to round through the back here. You want to stay super open and sort of just look up toward the ceiling or the sky, reaching toward the opposite side with the opposite hand. So if you're doing your right hand, you're reaching over to the left, and you're allowing this left hand to just rest on the floor on your thigh. Taking it back to center, lengthening once more on a deep inhale. And exhale, take your right hand down, reach with your left arm. And this you should really feel in the side of the body. And for me, this is one of my favorites when I've been sitting for a long period of time. Because when you're hunched over, like I said, you're not elongating through your side or your spine. It's just this beautiful release. Take another deep inhale, and on your exhalation, come back to center. We're gonna take a really lovely little spinal flex here by placing your hands on your knees, especially if you're sitting cross-legged. You can do this sitting in a chair though, just putting your hands on your knees, and we're going to just roll our spine by bringing our chest forward and arching the spine, and then tucking our chin and sort of rounding back through the spine, allowing your spine to arch, and then circling back through. So you're kind of, it's almost like the motion of like a corkscrew. We're just spiraling through, allowing our backs to arch. And if you find a place that feels like, wow, that's such a nice stretch, my spine feels really good, you can kind of just stay there for a heartbeat. And then just allow your back to round, bringing it back through, allowing your hands to just sort of leverage very gently this movement. So rounding through the spine, you can kind of stay here and tuck the chin. It feels really good to elongate through the upper spine, the upper back. The shoulder blades are opening, and round it through. And you can reverse direction here. When you feel good going that way, you can change it up. And we're just circling through. And this spinal flexion is so good, especially when you've been sitting still all day. This is one of my favorite go-to. So easy, so quick. And then you can land back in center. Now we're going to take child's pose, which is a wonderful stretch as well for your upper back, by bringing your knees together and then allowing your hands to just walk forward until you're in this nice elongation. You can even bring your forehead down to the floor if you're able to. You totally don't have to though. You can rest your hands here. You can even do prayer position and rest your forehead on your hands. You can stack them one on top of the other in fists. Whatever feels good here. Find what feels right for your body, but allow your back to just fall open over your thighs, over your knees, and allow your shoulder blades to open up here. We can hold so much tension in our shoulders, especially in times of stress, when we get stressed out, we've had a long work day. We can find that our shoulders are so tight, and this really helps us to open that part of our body, to just allow it to relax open. Just take a few long breaths here. This is one of those poses too that we often find in yin yoga, which is a form of deeply relaxing and opening yoga, where you can hold this pose for a few minutes, and it has loads of benefits. If you're interested in yin yoga, I'll link a few of my favorite yin practices in the description of this video in case you're interested in taking your practice deeper with full-length yoga practices. I'll link some of my favorite practices that I personally do. And when you're ready, you can just roll up slowly through the spine, rolling the shoulders back. This is another wonderful stretch for the shoulders, is to just circle them back. When we're texting or typing, we're rounding the shoulders forward. So when we open up, we're reversing all of that hunching and helping to correct our posture. So just give a nice couple rolls here, opening the shoulders. And then we're going to come onto our backs for this last one. So if you have a yoga mat, that's helpful. If you don't have a yoga mat, that's totally okay too. You can do this on the floor. So we're just coming onto our backs, and already this should feel really good. You can bring your knees to your chest and just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. You can rock side to side. This should feel incredible on the lumbar spine. For me, my lower back gets really tight when I'm sitting all day. So when I take a moment to just allow the lower back to decompress and lay flat against the floor, bringing your navel to your spine, letting the low back lengthen, it feels absolutely phenomenal. You can bring your nose toward your knees and give your legs a hug, and that really makes the posture a little stronger. It will really accentuate your lower back pressing to the mat. And then when you're ready, just drop your feet to the mat, press your hands into the mat, press your shoulder blades down, and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, let your back come up into a bridge. So we're just pressing our hands into the mat. This doesn't have to be a big movement. And just let your shoulders open against the mat. Lift your hips. Your knees are straight in line with your feet. Your thighs are rolling inward a little bit so that your legs aren't splitting open. It's almost like you're holding a basketball between your legs, so there's a little bit of action there. The legs are activated. And then you can come back down vertebrae by vertebrae, just making that motion nice and slow. And one more time, maybe bringing the arms over the head if that feels good. Sometimes that feels really nice on the upper back. And bringing it back down. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe roll up one more time. And settle back down. come up to a seated position once more. And we're going to do one more spinal flex. So this is called your seated cat-cow. And it's kind of like the spinal rolls we did a few minutes ago, but these are just super easy. You're bringing your chest forward and you're letting your gaze go up to the ceiling. Then on the exhale, you're tucking your chin to the chest. So inhale, bringing it forward. Look up. And exhale, tuck your chin to your chest. And a couple more times. Of course, you can do this as long as you want. These are just guidelines of some things that have helped me a lot in my own writing journey and my own yoga journey. I've done yoga for close to 7 years now. And it's single-handedly the best thing that has happened for me health-wise, that has affected my career, my lifestyle, because it just helps with so many things. So much soreness that I used to experience, spinal issues and muscle cramps and things, stuff that happens when you're sitting at a desk. It's a lot of compression and wear on our bodies that we don't even realize. Can help to ease some of that, can help to expand our range of movement, which is healthy and important. So those are a few stretches that you can use as a quick and effective break to break up your writing day and invite some movement and some motion into your life that can help you feel a little less like cramped and hunched over after sitting at a desk. It can help you feel loose and more open. I hope they helped you. I hope this is a fun thing you can return to when you might need it during your writing day, your intense writing session. Make sure you're pausing to take time for yourself, to stretch, to breathe, and of course, to enjoy. Thanks so much for joining me. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, click like, share it with someone who might like it, a writer who might need a break themselves, and let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'd love to hear from you, and I so value you being here in the community. Thank you so much, my friend. I wish you so much joy in your journey. Namaste.